It's Mark Samson. I work for the St. Augustine Police Department as a public information officer. Actually, we don't have a city jail. In Florida, most cities work inside the confines of a county jail. So if we arrest someone, they go out to the county jail and we do the paperwork out there. And that's located at the Sheriff's Office at 4015 Lewis Speedway. And last I checked, there were about 515 inmates in a jail. If you want to get on the schedule of visitations at the jail, you have to have a background check done ahead of time and have all that done by the time you get ready to go visit, whatever day that may be. And when I was a young corrections officer, it was face to face. I mean, you were actually sitting at a table together. And while I was there, we put a bulletproof partition in so you couldn't actually touch the inmate. And now you're not even in the same building. They do everything through closed circuit television now. Well, depending on what the media is doing, if they're doing a kind of a, for St. Augustine, almost a larger than life type production of a crime that has happened, they might want to try to go in and interview an inmate. A lot of times though, if the inmate hasn't gone to trial or pled guilty, their attorney really doesn't want them talking with the media right now because the case is still ongoing. So a lot of those types of requests you're speaking of come in play at the state prison system over, well, they're all over the state of Florida, but the main was in Lake Butler, Florida, which is just south of Stark, Florida. So over there, they would make that request. They have places set up within the prisons just for media to go and do those types of stories. Well, the first thing you would do locally is get on the Sheriff's Office website. I'm sure you would call first and they would tell you can go on the website and get the form you need and just fill it out, email it back to us, and we'll get back with you within 72 hours or whatever their cutoff is. It may even be 48 hours. And at that point, they'll tell you that you're clear to come on out and pick up your badge so you can come in and visit at the jail as a media person, because you're not going to be able to do much of an interview, over a closed circuit television system. I'm sure you can, but it would be a lot more difficult. And then again, the jail would have to, or the prison would have to get a hold of their private attorney and make sure if the case is still ongoing, is it okay if they talk about the case? Because what you ultimately do is going out to the public. They're going to hear it on a newscast, and the defense attorney may not want that information out there just yet. Yeah, you would bring that with you, and they would know that you're coming from a television station opposed to a newspaper, outlet, and you wouldn't be the first. I mean, as far as I go back into corrections, we would have to search bags of cameras and tripods and lighting things and all that kind of stuff. And the larger the company, like if it's a national story they're trying to do a production on, it's going to take a lot more equipment, which just means it has to all be inspected before it's brought in. So whether it's a camera or it's a full-blown truck that they want to bring in and do work with, it just all has to be inspected. I think we have a really good relationship. When I went into this position 6 years ago, the chief told me to just befriend the media, let them get to know me, and through time I would get to know each and every one of them, and I have. And they've all been very fair, very equal. They've given me as much time as they've given, the opposing side to a case that we're working time. So I feel comfortable with our media outlets and the reporters that come down and do stories here. We have an obligation to the people of the city of St. Augustine and to St. Johns County to give them the most up-to-date information as we have, and many times, if not all the time, that's through our media access. So yeah, we want to work with you guys as much as you guys need the news almost.